Okay, we're going to use the TI-30X Pro math print to solve a quadratic equation. Let's say I have a quadratic equation of y equals negative 2x squared plus 13x minus 20. Now the generic form of a quadratic is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. You can see it matches very easily, very nicely. So the quadratic term, the coefficient here is negative 2, which is a, okay? So a is negative 2. The linear term, 13, right? The coefficient here, 13, is b, okay? So that's 13. And then the constant, you can see, is negative 20. C is negative 20. When we put 0 for y, we can solve the quadratic with this formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay? All right, so we can place these coefficients into our quadratic formula. X equals negative b, which is negative 13, plus or minus the square root of b squared, means 13 squared minus 4a, and then c. Okay, divided by 2 times a. Now that might be a little too fast for you. Like, where are these coefficients? How do you know which one goes there? Doesn't even look like you looked at the formula. That's because I've done it many times. In your case, you can always pause the video and go back, all right? And just take your time if you need to. All right, so a couple of things. If b was a negative value, then I would put parentheses here so I can represent those two negatives. Same thing over here. If b was a negative value, I would have put parentheses here. Because if you turn on your calculator here, and you put negative 13 squared, I know this is not negative 13, but if it was, it gives you a negative 169. This value has to be positive, okay, always. Okay, so this plus or minus tells me I'm going to have two separate answers eventually. But for now, we're just going to solve this as best we can. So this is going to be negative 13 plus or minus the square root of 13 squared. Okay, 13 squared, we press enter, is 169. And then the next one we'll do as negative 4, not subtract 4, negative 4 times negative 2 times negative 20. And we press enter, and it's going to give you negative 160. Now, a negative times a negative is a positive times a negative is a negative. 4 times 8, no, 4 times 2 is 8 times 20 is 160. Now, in this case, I didn't use the parentheses, but I can. Watch. Negative 4, right? Parentheses will automatically tell me I'm going to multiply. Negative 2, close parentheses, open parentheses, negative 20. So I don't have to put the multiplication symbol. It does it automatically and gives you negative 160. The great thing about putting parentheses here is that I'm not going to think of negative 4 take away 2 negative 20 or subtract 20. These things, these parentheses tell me that I'm going to multiply. Okay, then divide 2 times negative 2, right? Or 2 parentheses negative 2, right? Still gives me negative 4. Okay, and then 169, right? Take away 160 gives me 9. So here we're going to go with negative 13 plus or minus square root of 9 over negative 4. Now, can we do this whole process and just get a 9? We can. So here we can say 13 squared, take away, not negative, take away 4 times negative 2 times negative 20. Enter gives you 9. Okay. If there needs to be parentheses here because there's a negative coefficient for b, do so. Okay. These are negatives. This is a subtraction. All right. So that's a subtraction, and that's a negative. And you can see the symbols look a bit different as well. Just keep that in mind. Okay. So we got x equals, right? We got really two different problems. So this will be negative 13 plus square root of 9 over negative 4, and x equals negative 13, take away square root of 9 over negative 4. Two different answers. Okay, and we can do this step by step. Negative 13, right, plus the square root of 9. So the square root of 9, right, we close parentheses. It gives me 3 divided by negative 4. And then negative 13 plus 3, enter, gives me negative 10 divided by negative 4. Because this number is already entered, we can say divided by negative 4 equals, gives you 2.5. And we can change that 2.5 into a fraction by pressing second and the almost equal sign, right? Answer, fraction to decimal, decimal to fraction. It gives you 5 over 2. Wow, that's a lot of steps, isn't it? Can we do this in one calculation? Maybe. Let's see. We put parentheses because we need to have parentheses here, and probably no parentheses here, but parentheses on top for sure. Negative 13, right, plus the square root of 9, close parentheses, close it again, because the square root, whatever is inside the square root needs to be in parentheses. This last square root is for, this last parentheses is for the first parentheses, divided by negative 4, enter, 2.5, and then second fraction, 5 over 2. So over here, negative 13, take away, we already know it's 3, divided by negative 4. Negative 13, take away 3 equals, that's going to give you negative 16 divided by negative 4. We can divide this by negative 4, enter, gives you 4. Same thing over here, we can put parentheses here. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, let's see. Parentheses, negative 13, take away the square root, oops, wrong one. The square root of what? 9. Close parentheses, close it again, divided by negative 4. Okay, what do we got? Which is the answer of 4. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So maybe what we can do also is maybe we can do the calculations from here. Use this, right, and then this, divide these two, and get an answer. Of course, there's going to be a positive and then the negative. Let's try. Let's see if it works out. So we're going to have parentheses, negative 13, right? We're going to do plus, then the square root of 13 squared, take away 4, right? Times negative, times negative 2 times negative 20. We're going to close the parentheses for the square root, and then we're going to close it again for the whole thing, divided by parentheses 2 times negative 2, and close the parentheses, equals 2.5, which is 5 over 2. And then let's see, if we go up here by using the D-pad and then press enter, we copy what we had before, and if we scroll over here, and instead of a plus, let's do take away and enter, we get an answer of 4. Not bad, right? Okay, what's the point? The point is that you can do a lot of things step by step with the calculator, or you can do it really by hand. And the thing is that your calculator is not an answer machine. It's more to check for your understanding and to help you for those things that maybe be a little bit hard to do, like the square root of 69 or something. But in the end, think of the calculator as a tool for you for checking for your understanding. All right, if you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like, please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please tell your teacher about this video and other videos that we have here. I hope you have a great semester, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.